What's up, guys? My name is Sonny. Everybody calls me the Badger. Welcome to the Badger's Den, which is my shop where I do all the maintenance to my bikes. And I thought I would share it all with you guys because I get tons of questions about it. Today's video is all about changing the primary oil. Now, most people change the oil, the primary oil, and some people even the transmission oil all at the same time. According to the manual, it's supposed to be every 5,000 miles for your engine oil, for your transmission oil, and for your primary oil. So today, this section of the video is going to be all about the primary. I've already done one for the oil. I'll also do one for the transmission. So you'll have a quick, easy reference on how to do this yourself. Saves you money, and you get to learn a little bit about your motorcycle. At least I love doing it. It saves me a ton of money and time because I don't have to drive it to the dealership, drop it off, leave it with them, and pay them to do it for me. So if you're interested in changing your own primary oil, this is the video for you. It should be a short video because the primary oil change is super quick and easy. Here we go. Guys, as I said, the primary oil is what we're focusing on today. This is your primary cover right here, and it is filled up with oil. Your clutch is behind here. There's also a chain, primary chain that runs here, and that's essentially what you're lubricating. So you have an inspection cover, and you also have that cover there as well. Drain plug is right down here, so you're going to drain it out here, and then we'll go over your couple of options as far as refilling it. So let's get started. All right, first things first, what are you going to need? Well, you're going to need a couple of tools. Pretty easy job. So you're going to need yourself an Allen, and the Allen is a 3/16 Allen. This is actually a socket because I'm going to use a ratchet. Most of the time I use an impact. Unless you're really good at this, I do not recommend using power tools. So get you a set, maybe something like this, of Allen wrenches. I'll put a link below where you can get you a set of these Allen wrenches. And do it by hand. You're less likely to mess things up. Strip out bolts, all that fun stuff, because nobody wants that extra headache. But anyway, you're going to need a 3/16 to drain the oil, and then I'm going to show you how to drain the oil. I'm also going to show you how you can refill it. There are a couple of different options. The other thing you're going to need is some primary fluid. So, back in the day, everybody always just used 2050 motor oil. I did that for years and years, and my bike has a lot of mileage on it, so I'm not going to complain. I think it works just fine. But AMSOIL came out with primary fluid, and I've been using it for the past couple years. I don't know that it does any better than just 2050 motor oil, but I've been using it. I haven't had any issues with it, so personal preference. But they have their V10 primary fluid, V-twin primary fluid you can buy and fill up your primary with that. But anywho, let's get this drained and show you guys how to do this. It's really quick, really easy. Here we go. So one of the things you're going to notice in all my videos is I don't go to the full extent of specialty stuff. So if you'll notice when we do this primary change, no jack, motorcycle jack, even though I've got one, you don't need to use it. Also, no rack. I don't pull my bike up on a motorcycle rack and all that fun stuff. So this is pretty simple stuff you can do right at home. One thing I didn't mention that you're also going to need is a drain pan. You got to drain that old oil somewhere. So grab your drain pan, grab your Allen, and let's go to work. All right, first things first, let's get the oil drained out of here. Your oil drain plug is going to be at the back, kind of center of your case. It's pretty easy to find right back here. We're going to loosen this bad boy up, and then we're going to continue on our merry little way. I don't think you need to see this. We'll come back when it's all out. Alright, while that's draining, I'm going to go ahead and pull off the inspection cover. Now you may wonder why I'm pulling off the inspection cover. I'll explain that here in just a few. Oh, power tools. Do as I say, not as I do. Something else you may or may not need for this job. I reuse these a lot, but if yours is damaged or anything, you may need a gasket for that inspection cover. All right, while that's all draining, a couple things I'm going to go over with you real quick. So, you've got your drain plug. On the end of your drain plug is a magnet. So you can look at that magnet and see if you see any metal shavings. That is an indicator that you have an issue within there. No metal shavings, everything's probably pretty good. So you may wonder why I pulled off the inspection cover instead of the derby cover. The derby cover is this. That's called the derby cover. I always have the hardest time remembering what the fuck that thing is called. But here's your inspection, here's your derby. A lot of people pull the derby cover off to do this service. I am not a lot of people. I do not. I do it all from here, and I'll explain in a minute. So the reason I do that is it allows me to inspect the tension of my chain, which there is no issue with, but it does allow me to reach in there, and that's why it's called an inspection cover, right? The other thing is, these gaskets are easily reusable and really cheap. Those gaskets you can also reuse, and they're not horribly expensive, but they tend to give me more issues going back together with leaks than these do. So for me, it's just easier. It's less bolts and less of a headache. So that's why I do it. You can do it either way. Neither way is the wrong way to do it. So you make that choice all on your own. But anyway, that's what I do. There's a couple things you can check while you're doing this. This oil is probably about drained, so I'm going to go ahead and fill it up. And then, well, I'm actually going to put the drain plug in, then fill it up, and then we'll be ready to test ride it. Here we go. All right, so one other thing you're going to want to inspect on your drain plug, I don't know whether you'll be able to see it or not, but there is an O-ring around that drain plug that if it is damaged, you're going to want to replace. If it's fine, then don't worry about it. I always have a box of O-rings in my toolbox. I do not know what size this is. I just match it up and put a new one on it. But very rarely do I have to replace this. So this one looks good. It's going to go right back in, and we're going to continue on down the way. But that may be something that you need while doing this. Alright, so one other thing that'll make your job a lot easier here is a funnel. You could do it without a funnel, but funnel makes it way easier. You'll notice I have a really old funnel. Actually, my dad passed this down to me, but it is long and flexible. And I really like to use that because it allows me to, well, I'll show you. It allows me to take it like this, insert it in the inspection hole like so, and then I actually get to push it toward the back. Almost like I'm filling up back here, because all the oil sets back down here. So this just allows me to kind of put it back there already, and I just fill it up from there. Ready to fill. All right, so once you've filled it up, I always just used a quart. But you can look in your owner's manual, service manual. It'll tell you exactly how much it uses. Like I said, I've always just put a quart in it. It's done me great for a lot of miles, so that's what I do. But if you want to be exact, and it's your bike, so if you're that exact person, look up in your service manual. It'll tell you exactly how much. You'll fill it back up. You will put your inspection cover back on. Also, it'll tell you what to torque those bolts down to. I use the good and tight method, so I just tighten them down to the good and tight. Anyway, that's it, guys. Primary is a super simple, easy thing to do yourself. Saves you time, saves you money, and yeah, you get to learn just a little bit more about your motorcycle. If you like videos like this, please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell so you're notified every time I upload, because I'm going to be uploading videos like this over the next year. The next video, I think, will be how to change the transmission fluid. So if you're interested in changing that, stick around. We'll see you guys next time.